All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show's training on the Extreme Customer Service Directory and how to manage your membership listing and get the most out of it. I'm Eric Reamer, the founder of the Experience Pros Radio Show, along with Angel Tussey, who is right now setting up the show in the studio and getting ready to air that live. But we have the next few minutes together, and I'm going to share with you exactly how you can take your membership with the Extreme Customer Service Directory and or your sponsorship of the Experience Pros Radio Show and maximize it, including taking advantage of so many things that are free. So, with that being said, I have in our live audience here, and you'll forgive me if I don't give eye contact to the camera every single moment here, I've got Bert Middleton, the Gout Killer. I love that, Bert. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing excellent.
Nice, nice. Liz Wendling, who is probably one of the coolest sales specialists I've ever met. Liz, welcome.
Thank you.
I've got Paul Monax, who is promising to find a leak and detect it in your business and help you relieve your leaks in your business. Cheryl Chasen, both with a franchise connection and the BizCard Express, and in particular the Centennial location of BizCard Express. Nice to have you with us. We got Georgia Priestley, who she's just the CPR whiz. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to providing CPR services for your companies and whatnot. And then, of course, Chef Matt Curry is along with us as well. Chef Matt, nice to have you here.
Good to be here.
And folks, if you don't know about Chef Matt's services, you are already working too hard. You got to know him. We will amend this we'll edit the video at the end of the day, hopefully, if I get some time, and we'll plug in all of those folks' information and URLs and all of that so that you can get a hold of them as well. All right, Extreme Customer Service Directory, there are so many things, and it's one of those things that Angel and I, we so desperately want to give you more and more and more that we forget it's like drinking from a fire hose if you've never been or done or seen any of the kinds of things that we offer in the directory. And so quickly what I'm going to do is turn to my notes and start you off. Let's begin with you've met one of our visibility experts, you've said yes, you have been onboarded into the Extreme Customer Service Directory. What now, right? Well, you should start to see a series of emails that come from our corporate office, and those emails come from a couple of different sources. One will say nothing more than WordPress, okay? And so it's very easy to miss that one. But you don't want to miss don't miss the WordPress one, all right? Because it's your password and your login for your customized condo on the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory. Don't worry if you miss it, because everybody does. And here's the cool thing. If you miss it and you say, I just have no idea what my login is, what my password is, we tried to make that easy for you, okay? If you go to your listing, which we have turned on over at the corporate office, if you go to your listing, you'll see 3 pieces of information: your first name, your last name. Those are, you got to go to the site to find those out, okay?
Good.
And your email address. You have to go to the site to find that out. And then you may be thinking that's funny, but how many of you have more than an email address? Right? So if you gave us a different email address than what you would normally go, you might be confused. But the email address is the biggest part right there. And the reason it's the biggest part is that's your login, your email address, but it must be the one that matches the site, okay? If you use imacoolguy.com and then your other email address, the one on the site, is thisismybusiness.com, it will not match, and you will not. And it's funny because the little thing shakes, WordPress shakes a little bit as if it's saying, and then it'll warn you. That's strike one. You have 3 more wishes. Okay? So in any event, you've got your email address. The first thing that you can do is, if you don't remember your password, maybe you missed your password, you don't have any clue what your password could be or should be, then the next thing that you want to do is go to, when you see the login page, and I should show you where that login page is too. Then you will, in fact, let me take, while I'm thinking of it, let me show you this here. All right, so this is our main page of the Experience Pros Radio Show. I'm trying to control the glare on the video. If you go down to the very bottom of the page, and right underneath here, you're going to see login. There's a little tiny word. We didn't make it it's in blue because I've actually clicked through it, but it's not always in blue. Right under there, it's always there, and it's on every page of our website. Okay, so if you just, I can't remember how to log in, just look down. It's there. All right. Once you get that let me see if I can click on that. If it'll bring that up here. Got kind of an internet connection here. All right. So this is your WordPress login. I'm trying the camera to adjust the graphics there. You can see at the very bottom there it says lost your password. Okay. Just like all the others that we've always used. So you just click in lost your password. You enter the email, preferably, in fact, mandatorily, the one that is with your listing, and then you send that in lost my password, and it'll give you an opportunity to get a new one. Okay, it'll create a new one, or I think it gives you an opportunity to get a new one. You just type in a new one. Okay. It goes to the email. That's our security. It goes to the email that you gave us when we first did that. Once you get a password, you got to get in, right? You want to get into your listing. How many of you in this room, we've got, what, 6 people in the room, how many of you have actually been in and seen the backside of your website? 2 out of the 6. All right. So, oh boy. I'm not going to do that on the graphic here because I forgot my password. But it's already plugged in for me over here, and so I'm going to do that now. Right? All right. So yeah, if you've got those passwords, it can mess you up real good. I've got this in my cookies, so it remembers it for me. If all else fails, you just can't seem to get in, before it tells you we're going to lock you out for a half hour, if you've got one strike, pick up the phone and call me. And here's my cell phone number. Ready? Thinking about this, do I want to put that over the internet?
No. Yes. We have.
Sorry, stalker. 720-344-2446. Okay. Alternatively, you can call direct to the main line because in many cases I will not be able to help you. WordPress is sometimes a little buggy, right? And so if I'm not available or you want to go straight to the main line, Donna Galassi, you can find her listing on our directory. Donna Galassi is with Blue Zenith Web Design, and within short order she can get you up, running, and flying in style. So like I said, the first thing that you want to do is log in. Once you've made that that jump into your internet, the first, or your back page, if you will, your listing will have 2 main things. It'll have this is your user profile, okay, and then the other thing will be update or edit your listing. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. You update or edit your listing. You can also update and edit your user profile, and that may or may not be good. It's not necessary, but you can. You can add more information like your website and things like that. As a user in this website, all I've ever entered, and keep in mind, there's a difference between a username and a password to get into experiencepros.com and your login to your listing. Those are different, okay? The difference in how you use them. For you, it's the same, but for me, it's two different things. So when you get into your listing, there are several things that I think you should immediately pay attention to. And the first and foremost one is change your password. Make it yours. I assigned you a password when we first started our relationship together, and you want to change it to make it yours. And then you want to make a note, because if you lose it, the only one who can reset it is me. Okay, or Donna. But it's I don't know about you, but it's not easy to tie me down and find me and get to stop everything and redo that. So you've changed your updating your listing is very, very robust, and I'm going to bring one up on this. I'm not going to turn the computer around for you, but again, I'll walk you through via words, and we'll give you the imagery. Your listing is robust. It's got your first name, your last name, your company name. It's got a place for your website. It's got, if you have multiple websites, it's got places for both of those if you like, or more. The one of the things that it has that it offers a place for the website. On the right side, as you're looking at the profile, it offers a place for your website, and I think they call those links on this thing here. Yeah, it's called links. It gives you the place for the URL on the right side, and on the left side it says title. Unless your URL is massively unruly, leave the title blank. Okay. For instance, Liz, name one of your websites.
Evolved Selling.
EvolvedSelling.com. All right, that's easy. Okay, if you had PHP : / I have an unbelievably long and complicated and impossible to remember URL.com / question tracking and a bunch of numbers after that. What you're doing is you've created a landing page, and you want to make sure that you can track every click that comes to your website. And I'm going to tell you why you can't do that in the 21st century. Wait up. But if you have that, then use the title, that little space right next to it that says title, to say this is Les Wendling's website. Okay, you can name it whatever you want, and it becomes what's called an alias. It makes that big unwieldy thing go away, and instead it just says click here for cool stuff, or whatever you put in it.
So it's better for searching if you leave it, for example, Google searches if you leave that blank.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For those who may or may not have heard that, Cheryl Chasen says it's better for Google if you leave the title blank, because it's an organic URL search.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to take you from the top to the bottom in your profile, in your entry. First thing is organization. That's your business name. Next line is department. You can leave that blank. People don't use the department link or space. It's no big deal. Contact, first name, contact, last name, self-explanatory. 2 image options in your directory listing. The first of those image options, it's called image, all right? And that is what shows up once on your company bio profile, okay? So if you've got a great headshot, or you've got I actually prefer headshots in this, because here at Experience Pros, we believe that people do business with
People that
just the people part is the important thing, right? Is that people do business with people, and so they want to see you, they want to know you, and I think a good headshot goes a long way in that. The other image is there that you can upload any of your images to is a logo. All right, and I think that if you have a logo, if you're like me and you paid lots of money for a logo, that's where it should shine. That is what on the outside of your listing. Okay. Now I haven't forgotten. I'm going to tell you why the Google and the click-throughs and the I've got to track everything does not apply, but we're going to come back to that. Some of you are the brand, and if you are, a great headshot or an action shot is fantastic in that place as well instead of a logo. Okay, and you can alternate them. There's no rules, but just know that the logo is the one that shows up. If nobody clicks anything and it just comes up in an alphabetical organic scroll, it's going to be what says logo. That image is going to be there. And then the other way around, the image, the one that's called image, will be your headshot or another logo, an action shot, a shot of the outside of the building, whatever you want there. Address is fairly self-explanatory. There's a couple of different drop-downs. One says address type. The options work, school, or other. I recommend that you use work for that. And again, I've already filled this in for you, so most of you won't need to edit any of this stuff. The phone, again, another one. You could put your cell phone on if that's how you prefer to be called. I would still label that work phone just for the continuity of it. And we have, many of you give us your cell phones as the point of contact, and we don't label them cell phones. We label them, that's your work phone, and you answer it as you see fit. Email address, if you've got an email address that you want people to click through and maybe mail you from the directory listing, it's important to put your email address in. I will say this for the record, there are some people who, when it comes to addresses, they do not want to put their address because they've chosen to work from home, or they don't have a place where they can really home. They don't have a brick and mortar. They're more of a consultant style. A couple of things. By the way, we're broadcasting this live from Kellogg Executive Suites here in Littleton, and Kellogg Executive Suites is a member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, and we strongly encourage you, if you don't have a brick and mortar, at least have an address. And if you don't have something like that, give a call at Kellogg Executive Suites, and you'll find out that it's very inexpensive, but people will take you more seriously if you have a mailing address, and they've got great packages, great rates. We talked about the links and the URL and the title, so we won't cover that. The next segment is dates. I have no idea what it means, so don't worry about it. The next one is company bio. Okay, this is where I need you to spend a little time. I want you guys to think about what I've done is I've probably gone to your website and I've copied and pasted either from your About Us page or from your home page. Some of you have an ongoing story that works through your website, and so maybe I've clipped a segment here and another segment here and a segment here. But it's not that I don't love you, but there ain't no love in that. I set up your website. I want you to make it your home, okay? So go on and make it current, make it relevant, make it inspiring. If you know how to do that, you really should go to a website called evolvedselling.com because it will help you. That's your tip from your Uncle Eric. You're welcome. evolvedselling.com. All right? Because it'll help you find that copy. We also have other copywriters, and I would be remiss not to mention Brian Lugs with, oh gosh, Brian, I'm so sorry. Brian Lugs, just type it L-E-U-G-S on your computer, and you'll find it here on the Extreme Customer Service Directory, and he also can help you write copy for your site. In this company bio, it's the company bio, you don't get hung up on the word bio. Okay, this is your chance. This is the one thing when somebody says, you know, there are 3 printers in this region, and with only one exception, and I beg for forgiveness, it will always be only 3 in one region. We have 9 regions, so in a perfect world we'd have 27 printers. Don't be afraid of the competition, okay? That's for the state of Colorado. It's a big state. There's lots of business for everybody. But in the case where you've got 3 printers or manicurists or whatever, the thing's going to differentiate you. The way by which people will choose whether they want to work with you or them is by going and looking at your company bio. All right? And then the other one is your special offers, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. Company bio, special offers. This is where you put your story, your sales copy, your enticement, your "this is us." All right? And it doesn't have to be long. In fact, the longer it is, probably the less people will stick around. It's not how they use a directory. Okay, they want to hear about you, they want to learn a little bit about you, but they don't want to pull up a cozy and read a novel. Okay, cool thing is, this is a very robust section of your directory. You can add images. You can add links to video.
It's WordPress, right?
It is.
Oh, so it's easy to do.
It's easy to do. Cheryl says it's a WordPress. It's easy to do. It's what we call WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. You can also switch that over to a text editor if you are a coder, and you can write in HTML. I go back and forth between the two because certain things I want to do that I can only do with the old ancient knowledge of how to write in HTML. But here's the thing. You can make it pretty, right? You can put other photos in. It doesn't just have to be the one that comes with your image, or your image is the one that we talked about. So make it pretty, right? I work with Angel Tussie. She says it's got to be pretty, and I agree. Everything's got to be a positive experience. The second big box segment there is the most underused, underutilized, and powerful options of the directory. So pay attention now. It's called special offers. Okay, and if you have it blank on your listing, you'll never see the hyperlink that says special offers. But if you fill the box of special offers, it shows up on your listing as a offer, and there's a hyperlink to it. There's a little button that says click this for special offers, and it drops down and it gives you an opportunity to connect with people in that special offer way. So along those lines, fill it with anything you want. You've all heard of the daily deals. You've heard of the what do you call it, Groupons and all of that. Here's our promise to you. You can change the special offers daily, weekly, monthly, never. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. But the more you change it, the content becomes current. It refreshes the Google. The Google likes you. It sends people your way, and that draws more hits into to the directory. More hits into the directory is a good thing. We're averaging about 275,000 hits with about 18,000 uniques on our website today. The average time spent on our website is a little over 4 minutes, which is huge because and our bounce rate is about 16%, which, if you think about that, is just insane. That means people are intending to those, they're staying, they're checking it out, and they're going. So special offers. Here's the other thing I promise. Google takes your money. Okay? Take your money. That's the alarm. All right. Thank you very much. Google won't. Google take. Not Google. I'm sorry. Groupon takes your money. The deals takes your money. They all make this thing that says we'll make this thing, this offer out there, if you are willing to us a slice of the pie. I don't want to slice your pie. Okay? I want you guys to have all the success possible. So there's never any extra charge. You go in, you change it as many times as you want. You offer whatever you want. We have a philosophy about discounting. This video will not give us the opportunity to explore that in great detail, but if you have questions about discounting, go ahead and reach out to me, and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you as well. Make it matter, right? We're in the people business. So reach out to the people. Those people who are searching for you or your services are people. Make it matter. hit them where answer the questions that they're asking with the search. If you don't know how to do that, talk to Darren, who did the training for us a couple of days ago. Talk to Lori Ruff, who's the LinkedIn diva with Integrated Alliances, and she's a member of the directory as well. Talk to and Mike Bowler, who's her representative here in Colorado. Talk to any one of our IT folks. They're all available for you, and they're here to help. So I want to tell you one last thing before I close this, and that's why I believe that you know, we all learned, we all were trained that we must track our ROI, right? And I have nothing against tracking ROI. Please don't misunderstand me. But you can't track it the way that you think you can. And here's how I can prove it. You're driving down the road, and well, better yet, okay, you're driving down the road and listening to the Experience Pros radio show. And then you get done listening to the Experience Pros radio show, and something was particularly and you heard so all of our commercials, you know, whatnot, and then you go meet Bert for coffee, and as you're talking to Bert for coffee, Bert happens to mention that his brother, I don't know if you have a brother, but your brother, God forbid, got into a car wreck, got T-boned, and his car was completely destroyed. But Cheryl says, wait a minute, I remember the Experience Pros radio show. There's a place, it's a collision, it's Nyland's Collision Center, because you do listen and so you say, Bert, you need to tell your brother about Nyland's Collision Center, and it's really easy. It's nylandscollision.com, right? So you do that, and as soon as you do that, you tell your brother, and your brother goes and calls up to Nyland's Collision Center and says, hey, I heard that you guys are the bomb diggity, and they hear of us. Will that ever get back to the Experience Pros radio show?
No.
It won't. Same thing happens with the clicks. Ours is a visual directory, and so in my last 2 minutes I want to explain to you that I can't prove to you always how many people have seen your listing. If they click through, I have a record of the click through to your link, but in many cases they don't need it because it's all in the visual listing, right? So if I type in sales training and up comes Liz Wendling and I see her information, I might open up her bio. There's no, because you find the click to the bio page, but in ultimate, we never went to Liz's direct URL on my site. It's just embedded within the directory, so there's no proof. Does that mean Liz didn't get a visit? She got a visit. In fact, her phone number's there, and I might pick up the phone and say, I'm going to call her. And when I do that, again, I may or may not remember to say, I saw it on the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory. Down Liz's thing because I'm busy and come back to it later. There's 1,000 ways to be seen without ever being clicked. So in a perfect world, could we track everything? Yes. In a real world, it doesn't happen that way. I've got to go for the sake of time, but I will tell you this. We'll do this again next month, and we'll be continuing to build a database of these questions and answers so it'll help you develop your online profile. Any questions at all, 720-344-2446. Angel and I stand here ready, willing, and able to review. Thanks for being a member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory.